How's everybody doing? This is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that somehow allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. And today is a special day because we're going to be talking about Maceda Patriarch Torpedo 54 by 6.5. We've been out of this torpedo for a while. They were made a few years ago, and because of retail price, they got to age a lot longer. This is the new version. It's definitely a new breed. It has a lot more flavor, intense flavors, and of course, being a fresher cigar, they're going to be a lot more present, the different tones in the cigar. I'll tell you a little bit about the cigar. It's pretty similar blend of what we had here, Nicaragua, Ecuador. In the past, we had some Dominican Republic, and sitting down in Nicaragua, talking to my new colleague in the industry, Raymond Pages, we did some tweaking. We put some rare tobacco that I can disclose. Definitely was to replace Dominican Republic. And then we use Condega, Umetepe, Jalapa. We use a beautiful silky and oily Ecuadorian wrapper. This is a $32 a pound wrapper. It's not going to get better than this. Definitely the cigar is going to need at least 6 months of aging to become a real Patriarch. We got to be patient. But right now, it's busting really nice tones of nutmeg, oaky flavor, oaky aroma. It has the cedar tones, and it's pretty sweet. Even though it's a medium to full body cigar, it's pretty sweet because of the jalapa and condega that we put in this cigar. I'm really proud of the cigar. My recent visit to Estelí, Nicaragua, it was to met with Raymond Page's raffle. I met with Raymond, an excellent individual, someone that makes you feel at ease, someone that you can trust that you will go in the right direction with someone like him behind you. Really passionate about the industry. We have a lot in common. We don't have to see the whole stairs to believe where we're going. All we need to see is the first step. He's the same way. He believes there's nothing impossible for him in this industry. So those are things that makes us attract and similar. Raymond is 14 years younger than me. I wish that I was so fortunate like him to be in the industry in such a young age. I came to the U.S. 24 years ago, and my eyes got filled with everything that you see when you arrive to Miami. And that doesn't really allow you to concentrate on the things that really have a meaning in your life. And what I mean by that is that when you arrive to Miami, automatically the chimes of the cars and the different brands, they keep you away from really looking for purpose, looking to really what is going to fill your life, what is going to be your profession. So I was talking to Raymond that he's really fortunate that he went from Cuba, from Pinar del Rio, Cuba, straight to Estelí. He never put his feet right here in the U.S. So he was able to concentrate on his craftsmanship. He learned a lot from the master Del Fernandez, AJ Fernandez, and I'm really fortunate that I met with him right at the beginning. And I keep repeating this and I keep saying this on each live because it really has a meaning for me. I think I was pretty patient on feeling sure 100% that I was going to take the right path with the Tabanero brand, with the Maceda brand. I met different factories. I met factories that they had the potential, they had the infrastructure to do my brand, but they were not going to appreciate it as much as Raymond Page's because of the size of factory and because his beginnings. So I said, you know what, this is the way I'm going to go. And I don't think I'm going to regret, because on the week that I spent with him, I realized how much we have in common. Different era, different age. There's definitely a lot of work for me and for him to mature in the industry. He understands not to rush. In the cigar industry, you have to really understand the timing, the right timing, and how much it needs for you to mature in the industry and do the right product that the industry is demanding. This cigar, it means a lot to me, because right in the beginning when I got in the industry, I kind of spent the customers' money thinking of my pockets. And customers will come in and say, listen, you got something beautiful going on. I can feel the passion. Don't you have something higher pricing, something that you age a little bit more, that you pay more attention? And for many years I said, no, not really. I'm trying to put a good product out there for a fair price. And someone said, well, you have to understand that cigars, cars, clothing, it sets men apart. And I think you have a great brand. You should also do something for people that only smokes in a special occasions and they want to smoke something really special. I said, well, what do you mean by that? I said, well, a $30 cigar, a $50 cigars. And I was proud to see that someone that has been in the lifestyle for some time, he can see the potential that I was going to be able to do brands like that. So the Patriarch line, we definitely spent some energy and money on designing the labels. We are designing a piano finish box, a 10 count box for the cigar. We believe it's going to be a beautiful box. It's something that we don't want to mass produce. First, because some of the rare tobaccos inside of the cigar, they're not always available. So we were able to acquire 8 bales of 80 pounds to do a batch of 22,000 cigars. So it's going to be something limited. If I already had the question, what's going to happen when they're done? Well, hopefully something better will show, or we'll have to change the strategy. But this batch is going to be, I think, 22,000 cigars. It's going to be a Robusto, Torpedo, and a Double Robusto. Today we're talking about a Torpedo. Being a Torpedo, when you cut the tip, in an angle, the smoke is going to be a lot cooler. So most of the flavors, the tone of the cigar, they're going to be pretty settled. They're going to be pretty smooth. I already experienced that the same blend on a Double Robusto, you got more flow, more air, more smoke coming through it. The cigar gets a little bit higher temperature and it really opens up. If you're into a full flavor cigar, the Double Robusto, it will be another experience. But start right here. Let's start with a Torpedo and see what you think. If you're looking for an hour smoke, this is the guy. It's pretty fresh. I think it has about a month. I had it rested in the humidor. Let's go ahead and light up and talk about the different tones and experience that cigar is going to give me. This cigar, again, it's all the leaf that was used in the cigar, they were pretty sane. There was no broken leaf. They were well fermented. We burn each of the leaves separate in little sorullos, and the flavors, no bitterness, no earthy taste. It was amazing. It was just to get to blending into different amount of tobacco that it will give this kind of flavor that it stays linger in your mouth, really gentle. It's kind of like velvet, creamy flavor, pretty sweet. And myself and other two colleagues down in Nicaragua, we found that after the 2/3, when it was already here, the humidity, the temperature, it made it an amazing cigar. This is a cigar that if you're not really paying attention, you will find yourself burning your fingers because you don't want to stop. This is a cigar that when you get here, you will take the label and keep smoking. So let's go ahead and fire the dragon, light up the cigar, and we come back here to talk more about this beautiful Torpedo 54 by 6.5 Maceda Patriarch. Right at the spot, right at the spot. It is amazing how much the drop master will have to do her job with a box press. A box press cigar is not going to be run through a drum master the same way as a regular cigar. Regular cigars, we want to be at 40 inches of water. On a box press, you got to go lower. You got to go 36, 38. So when you press a cigar, it goes to a regular 40 inches of water. It will be a perfect draw. This one I had her to clean the ashes to avoid going on me. A nice long ash, it has to do a lot with resting, with a cigar resting, with a cigar to be in a right humidity for a long time. And also when you have pretty thick wrappers. On these cigars we don't want pretty thick wrappers because the wrapper will overpower the flavor of the cigar. So we use a nice silky Ecuadorian, pretty thin wrapper. I can't stop puffing on the cigar, and it's something unconscious. If you find yourself there cigars going off and you're not paying attention to the cigar, it means that you didn't like it. Now the completely opposite is that you're having a conversation, you're talking to your friends, and you can't stop puffing on the cigar. The taste, the flavor around your mouth, it keeps attracting you to go ahead and puff. You got to be careful not to ruin the occasion by overheating the cigar. So take your time. This blend is so pleasant, complex, but it's a cigar that you don't want to overheat. Being a torpedo, it will help you out not to have a huge flow going through the cigar and ruin the occasion. Like I mentioned before, medium to full, and hopefully when it's settled for at least 6 months, it will become a medium. Totally clean palate. There's nothing on my palate going around that is not pleasant, that I'm not really enjoying. Pretty sweet, pretty nutty cigar. just a hint of peppery because of the Ecuadorian wrapper. Most of the Nicaraguan tobacco used in there, they were well fermented, and they're most sweeter tobaccos. The Ligero from Esteli is the only one with the strength peppery, but it was only to a point in the balance of the cigar that it was not going to overpower the cigar. So it does has Esteli Ligero, but well blended with Jalapa and Condega, is still a sweet cigar. What the rare tobacco is adding to the cigar is a Viso, a 2016 Viso, well fermented, a lot of flavor, something that probably you haven't experienced before. For those who are used to smoke cigars, European cigars, brands that are popular in Europe, you will be able to pick up the rare tobacco in here. This is a cigar that I believe it deserves to dress, to be enjoyed in a special occasion. This is like a good wine, like a good spirit that you want to pour in a nice wine or a nice tall glass, let it breathe for a little bit, and then start sipping really small to allow your palate to open up. This is a good cigar, but you got to treat it gentle. You got to take your time to be able to pick up all the different tones and the complexity on the cigar. I'm really proud of this cigar. This is a dream come through. I had a lot of inspiration of local cigar manufacturers that they used to be in Tampa. They have really super premium brands, and I said, well, Tampa has something. Tampa has a spirit that it was brought here through Vicente Martinez in the late 1800s, and Tampa has the right energy for new brands to be born and achieve amazing things, and I'm aiming for that. I'm basically following the steps of Vicente Ibor. He had one of the most famous brand in the world called Príncipe Gales, and I'm aiming for that. I'm following his steps. I believe I'm capable to achieve something like that. I'm not rushing. I experienced in Nicaragua that some of the big boys, they already achieve a pivotal moment in their life, and you can see in their minds that at that point all they want is more. I want to take some time. I want to take take some years to get to that point, because I believe that what we really as an entrepreneur are enjoying is the process. When you believe you achieve that big goal, the process is done. You just got to maintain. And I don't think you would enjoy the process as much as just maintaining. The process is the one that you really feel your life with it. The process in the making. When you get there, it's like you're done. So I don't care how many years it would take me to get to that point of imagination that I have in my mind, because this is what I'm really enjoying, the process. When I was in Nicaragua working on this blend, testing and trying the different things, I automatically wanted to speed up the process by having a lot more sizes on this, and I said no, I got to give some time. I got to give some time for the line to mature, I need to enjoy, I want to enjoy the process, and then years to come, I will come with other sizes for this Patriarch line. Guys, thank you very much. I really enjoy spending this time with you guys. Please, if you have any questions, post, make any questions that really gives me inspiration. Answering your questions, I answer a lot of stuff that I have in my mind when you are the delivery person of the things that I should work on. Thank you very much, and I will see you again in the next live with another Patriarch. I think I'm going to do another Patriarch on the next live that we're going to do, because I don't want to lose momentum. We tried already the Torpedo. I think the next one, it will be the Double Robusto, and then after that, the Robusto. I want to, fresh in my mind, do the comparison in between Torpedo, Double Robusto, and Robusto. Guys, again, thank you very much, and please always remember of Tabanero, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. See you next time.